That's Joe Diffie here on Kicks 105.5. His latest, As Long as There's a Bar. Gonna bring in now. Oh, he's always a delight to talk to. Mostly because I have questions and my job lets me ask them for free. Bringing in now Mike Barrett of Barrett Insurance. Good morning. You're gracing us.
Good morning.
A segment we like to call Good Policies.
Yes, sir. I like that song. That was Joe.
That was Joe Diffie. Yeah,
I like
he
Joe
just
Diffie.
released a new.
Glad he's back.
A single. Yeah,
Mr. John Deere Green.
He had one last year. He released called "I Got This." No new album though. No new albums planned. So
just
hey,
releasing a few songs here and there.
If I'm Joe Diffie and I have access to basically any studio I want, I wouldn't really be on a rush.
No, just record it as you want.
Yeah, I mean, make a new single, earn $100,000, $500,000, however much a single can produce on country radio, and then live for another 7 or 8 months until that money runs out, and then just do it again. I mean,
I'm pretty sure the John Deere Green and Prop Me Up Beside the Jukebox residuals are still holding strong.
I would think so at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's get into it. Mike Barrett of Barrett Insurance, like we do every time, every week, every Wednesday. Oh, there's the word I'm looking for.
Wednesday. Yes.
Every Wednesday around 7:50, we always chat about the wonderful world of insurance. And yesterday we were at the NVRH Radiothon talking all about lung challenges and COPD. It was quite an illuminating time. We learned a lot of insight from a variety of patients, and it definitely was something that is impacting the community. There were statistics that say like 1 in 4 people face this.
Yeah.
And so let's talk right about insurance, right? If I come to you and I already have something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you deal with medical insurance at all?
We don't. I am licensed for health insurance, but I do not offer it. But we offer life insurance.
Life insurance, okay.
So if you want to parlay this conversation into life insurance,
why don't we?
I can do that. So if you come to me with something,
why don't we talk about life insurance? Because I'm dying on this mic right here.
Where's the bum when you need
I
it,
know, right? Hey.
But if you are looking for life insurance, if you have no health issues, you're going to have a really easy time finding life insurance for your needs. But if you have something like a diagnosed disease or a COPD or something along those lines, that's going to definitely change the way that things will occur for you in terms of whether, A, you could even get the life insurance policy or the limit that you want, or if you could get it for a price that's affordable. You may be rated on it, which means that they're going to increase the cost if it's available at all. It doesn't mean there's not an option. There are options out there. One of the things that I love is that we offer a guaranteed issued life policy. And what the guaranteed issue policies do is that if you have something that's kind of questionable that maybe would make you somewhat ineligible with another company, these guaranteed issue policies are lower limits of death benefit, maybe $15,000 to $25,000. I think one may be up to $50,000 if I'm going off memory. But the way that they work, these guaranteed issue, is that they will issue the policy for you. Very few underwriting questions. So the policy gets issued. You pay the premium that's appropriate for the rate, and it's kind of one of those things that if in the first 2 years you pass away, if you pass away from a disease, you will not get your life insurance death benefit of whatever the limit is. So let's use $25,000 as the example. You will not get that death benefit in the first 2 years if you die from illness. If you die from an accident, you would. But if you die from illness, you won't, and you'd actually get the premium back with interest that you paid in for the first 2 years.
So you hear that, folks? Make it accidental.
So, yeah. That's the thing, is a lot of people think to themselves, well, I'm uninsurable. And, truth be told, very few instances will present themselves for both life insurance and property and casualty, i.e. home, auto, business, that you are uninsurable. There are going to be options. It's just whether it's going to work for your budget or not, or whether it makes overall sense for you. So,
Mike, we just want to say Kicks 105.5 does not condone insurance fraud whatsoever.
That's a great little disclaimer to toss out there.
My plow, on the other hand, would like a 50% cut.
But, it's one of those things where never say never. If it's something that you're curious about, if it's something that you would like to learn more about, have a dialogue. It costs $0 to have that dialogue and to see if there is a path that you can take that will get you the coverage that you need.
And I mean, life is such a finical thing where it would be good to have something like, if you're in that ability to have life insurance. It would be good to have life insurance, period.
Right. My mom had term life insurance, and the term had expired. And when that term expired, she didn't have what we call a guaranteed renewability. So she would have had to reapply. Well, in that time, she was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, which made her, in her mind, ineligible for that coverage. She could have found something if she wanted to at that time. So never say never. There's probably something out there that could work for you if you do your due diligence.
And you're definitely the kind of guy, because I've talked with you. I've sat here. I've asked you some really inane questions. And you're the kind of guy that's going to, with compassion and consideration, is going to answer them with a real answer. And that's what I always appreciated about you.
I appreciate that
because,
sentiment there, sir.
especially because life insurance, if I'm someone who has, a debilitating illness and I want something that, could potentially cover me when the inevitable might happen.
Right. When God forbid if that does happen,
exactly.
the cost of it's not cheap to die. The average cost of a funeral and all the elements around it's going to be between $9,000 to $12,000.
Just throw me in the trash. All right, save the world some money.
There's laws against that.
Well, listen, I don't know about that. If you throw me in the trash where they can't find me, that's fine. Anyway, Mike Barrett of Barrett Insurance, always a compassionate voice, and like I said, if you're unsure about your insurance need, Mike Barrett is always the guy to talk to. Mike, how can they talk to you?
Sure, you can talk to myself, my wife Jen, who is, again, I don't mention it often enough. She is my equal. She's the co-owner of the agency. Both of us licensed in Vermont and New Hampshire. Our two employees, Anita and Kim, also both licensed in Vermont and New Hampshire. You can call any one of us at 748-5224. Visit us on Portland Street in St. Johnsbury. Our website is thebarrettagency.com. And, of course, Google, Facebook, and YouTube, just Barrett Insurance Agency, and you will find us.
Mike, I'm gonna briefly bring up, you said it very quickly, and I don't know if our listeners, but you also said license in New Hampshire.
Yes.
So for all of our, listeners who are 10 minutes away, you can help them.
We are licensed in Vermont and New Hampshire. Real quick, because we're running long, is that insurance has specific insurance laws that apply differently to every state. Every state has their own insurance department. So in order to offer insurance in other states, you have to be licensed in those states. So we are Vermont and New Hampshire licensed.
He's keeping on track at everything. Mike Barrett of Barrett Insurance, keeping us on track as well. That about does it for this one. Thanks so much for stopping by and giving us an update. We look forward to next week. Riley Green coming up. I Wish Grandpa's Never Died. That's the latest from him here